Hello there, and you're very welcome indeed to FAI HQ for the draw for the Evoke.ie FAI Women's Cup quarterfinals. We have the live draw coming up in just a moment from Abbottstown here. The journey to this year's final at Tallaght Stadium on Sunday the 6th of November, of course, started the last weekend, just gone by, with 5 games taking place. One of those games, the match between Sligo Rovers and Douglas Hall, was called off, with Sligo Rovers advancing to today's quarter-final draw. But lots of other really good action. Bowes beating Galway in dramatic fashion at Dalymount Park in extra time with a penalty kick winner. We had DLR Waves registering a 5-star display. Peamount United were very, very powerful in their game against Finglas. Athlone Town powered on into the quarterfinals, and Cork City hit all the right notes as well. We have a few highlights from the weekend's action.
And it's headed into her own net by a Treaty United defender. Dodd looking for Mooney. Is Mooney offside? The ball goes into the net, and it will be the 5th goal of the game.
8-4 to McAvoy. It's Alana McAvoy on a hat-trick. Plays it out to O'Gorman. It's all O'Gorman. And it's 4-0. Brilliant finish, Duggan. Through to Roach. Right, pass it in to Lauren Kelly. And Lauren Kelly heads it into the corner and gets a hat-trick.
Great one from Donnelly. Super City. And she finished. Even Donnelly, what a super goal. Again from Aidan Mangan. What a strike from Corey Atkinson. The substitute back herself, and she's rewarded.
When you hear the director in your earpiece going, "Get in there," when one of those goals goes in, you know there's been a lot of good goals in that round. It leaves us with 8 teams from the SSE Airtricity Women's National League going into today's draw. Last year's Cup winners Wexford Youths and League champions Shelbourne now into the competition at this stage, having received a bye. So there we see the 8 teams: Athlone Town, Bohemians, Cork City, DLR Waves, Peamount United, Shelbourne, Sligo Rovers and Wexford Youths, the 8 teams in the draw. And to conduct the draw, we're joined by former Raheny United and Shelbourne defender Shauna Cook, who will be drawing out the home teams, and former Republic of Ireland underage head coach and current football consultant John Morling will be drawing out the away teams. And Shauna, just before we get stuck into the draw, and I know a lot of people who are tuned in want to see who they're going to be playing in the quarter-final, but I suppose from the players' point of view, a cup competition like this, you know, when they're battling week in, week out in the league competition, it's a lovely distraction to have.
Yeah, definitely. The Cup's always a special competition and anything can happen on the day. So I'm sure Shells and Wexford will be excited to get in, and we're now at the business end of the competition as well. So yeah, it's always a great day out in the final, and I'm sure all the teams will want to get there. Yeah,
and John, 8 teams from the Women's National League now, but I suppose in some cases, you know, league form doesn't necessarily follow in a cup competition.
Yeah, that's right. Anything can happen really when it's a one-off game, and that's really the beauty of the cup.
Well, we've lots of good games to look forward to. Hopefully you're going to give those balls a good old stir, Shauna, before we get into the draw. So the 8 teams, the trophy there. So Shauna, as I say, is going to be drawing out the home teams, and John will be drawing out the away teams. 8 teams from the Women's National League involved in this Evoke.ie quarter-final draw. The first home team
is Athlone Town.
Athlone Town, first name out of the hat. So it's a home game for Tommy Hewitt's side. Very impressive in their 7-0 win away to Whitehall in the first round, Athlone Town. and Athlone Town are going to be
Play Cork City.
And there we see it, it's Cork City. And that's the first tie. Cork City, of course, cup winners in 2017, hoping to repeat that. Danny Murphy's side. So Athlone versus Cork City, first quarter-final.
Shelbourne FC.
And there we see Shelbourne FC making their bow in this year's competition. Cup winners in 2016, received a bye to the quarter-final stage in Old Kingside. And Shelbourne.
Peamount United.
Ooh. Peamount United, what a tie that is. Peamount, who've won the cup a couple of times, notably the year before last in 2020. That is quite a match to look forward to. Shells against Peamount.
Bohemian FC.
That's a home draw once again for Bohemians.
Sligo Rovers.
And Bohemians will take on Sligo Rovers, who will be playing their first match, having had the match against Douglas Hall called off. And Sligo Rovers have advanced to the quarterfinals, where they'll be playing away to Bows at Dalymount. So just two teams left in the pot now at this point.
Wexford Youths FC.
And it's the current holders, Wexford Youths, who've been drawn at home. Well, Stephen Quinn will be happy with that. And they should be playing
DLR Waves.
DLR Waves. So that's a tough one for Graham Kelly's side. So that concludes the quarter-final draw for the Evoke.ie FAI Women's Cup. Let's just have a little recap on that one. Athlone Town versus Cork City, Shelbourne against Peamount United, Bohemian FC versus Sligo Rovers, and Wexford Youths Women at home to DLR Waves. Shauna, there's one outstanding tie there, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, obviously the Shells Peamount game. I think Shells will be happy it's at home, and they've had a good record against Peamount at home as well. So they'll probably be disappointed they're meeting Peamount this early, but happy that it's a home fixture.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big teams is going to go out. That's the reality.
Yeah, and I mean, in terms of the other teams in the competition, it's great because, you know, we might see someone else in the final for a change, which is fantastic.
Sure. Well, those games are going to be played on the weekend of the 7th of August. The exact details and kick-off times and so on will be sorted out in the coming days, but make a note of that, the 7th of August weekend. And a reminder as well that the Cup final on the 6th of November in Tala, tickets are already on sale for that one from Ticketmaster.ie, and that's going to be a great occasion no matter who's there, so those tickets are on sale already. But our focus for the moment is on those games on the 7th of August. Just a quick thank you to Shauna and John for conducting that draw and giving us such a spicy quarter-final draw. So thanks to the guys, and thanks to you for tuning in as well. That's it from Abbottstown now and this Evoke.ie quarter-final draw, and best of luck to all 8 teams left in the competition. For now though, from all of us here, it's bye-bye.